In tonight's Spotlight, the growing divide in the ranks of both Republicans and the Tea Party movement as the Republican presidential campaign takes shape. A feud has erupted between Michelle Bachmann's team and Sarah Palin's inner circle. Veteran Republican strategist Ed Rollins, who worked on President Reagan's re-election campaign and most recently the Huckabee presidential campaign, went on Fox News Radio to both confirm that he will head Michelle Bachmann's campaign if she runs and to take the campaign's first clear shot at Palin.
Sarah has not been serious over the last couple of years, and she's, she got the vice presidential thing handed to her. She didn't go to work in the sense of trying to gain more substance. She gave up her governorship. I think Michelle Bachmann and others have worked hard. She has been a leader of the Tea Party, which is a very important element here. She's an attorney. She's done extraordinary things with family values.
Michael Glassner, the chief of staff of Sarah Palin's Sarah PAC political slush fund, immediately responded. Beltway political strategist Ed Rollins has a long track record of taking high-profile jobs and promptly sticking his foot in his mouth. To no one's surprise, he has done it again while also fueling a contrived narrative about the presidential race by the mainstream media. One would expect that his woodshed moment is coming and that a retraction will be issued soon. Well, Rollins didn't exactly apologize, but did allow that it was a comment, quote, "I shouldn't have made," end quote. We are still patiently awaiting a Bachmann versus Palin war involving the principals themselves, but so far, Michelle Bachmann and Sarah Palin have sadly had no comment about this matter. The political news is brighter for Willard M. Romney. A new poll finds Romney breaking away from the pack with 25% support among Republicans. The rest of the candidates are in single digits, with Gingrich at 8, Pawlenty at 5, and Huntsman at 1. Joining me now to discuss all things 2012, John Heilman, National Affairs Editor for New York Magazine and the co-author of Game Change. John, Politico has sources saying that the relationship between Bachmann and Palin is now really fraying. Now we see Ed Rollins out there. Thank the political gods for Ed Rollins. This is starting to be fun.
Yes, absolutely. Very fun. And look, I mean, there is nothing. First of all, let's take away the Ed Rollins is going to work for Michelle Bachmann if she runs for president. She is running for president. She will announce that in Waterloo, Iowa at some point in the next 10 or 14 days, and he will become the man who runs her campaign. He's going to have extraordinary authority over...
Do you know when she's going to withdraw from the campaign?
Well,
you know when she's going to announce.
Look, my view is that Michelle Bachmann is a very credible candidate to a certain point, and that gets us to the real issue here between her and Sarah Palin and why Ed Rollins said the thing he said, and that is Iowa. There is only one pathway for Michelle Bachmann to wherever she gets in the Republican nomination fight. It's through Iowa. It's because she has a good chance there. Social Conservatives, Tea Party, and she is from that state. She's a hometown Iowa girl. Sarah Palin, if there's any pathway for her in a Republican nomination fight, it too starts in Iowa. So you have Ed Rollins here not making a mistake, firing a calculated shot across the bow of Sarah Palin, letting her know that there's no way for the two of them to both fight in Iowa and both come out on top. And so what Ed Rollins wants to do is let Sarah Palin know this is going to be a rough game if you decide to get in it and run against my lady, Michelle Bachmann.
But Ed Rollins has spoken his mind a bit too much prior to signing up for this campaign. There's a tweet today from Ari Fleischer saying, predicted Ed Rollins will get almost as much press coverage as his boss, Michelle Bachmann, and that's never a good thing, which is true. That's basic campaigning. Let's listen to what Rollins said about his own candidate in April of this year on this network, on Hardball.
At the end of the day, we're going to have a candidate who's been a governor, I assume. There's no Washingtonians in this mix. It ain't going to be Donald Trump. I don't think it's going to be Congresswoman Bachmann.
He's absolutely right. It's going to be a governor. It's not going to be Bachmann. He was right then.
Well, those are back in the days when Ed Rollins was going to go work for Mike Huckabee, and he thought Mike Huckabee was going to get back in this race in 2012. Now he has a different paymaster. I mean, I don't know if you remember Lawrence, when Ed Rollins wrote his memoir of his great career in political consulting, he posed on the cover with 2 boxing gloves on. That is his reputation. He is a puncher. And Ari Fleischer's right. The only reason that I'm not as worried about that as Ari is that Michelle Bachmann is not going to have a hard time getting media attention. And Ed Rollins will get his share, but she will, I definitively say she will get more than he does.
Polls look nice for Romney right now, but he is provoking a big fight in Tea Party world. You have Amy Kramer, one of the Tea Party leaders of one of the factions of the Tea Party, saying, look, if Romney's the nominee, we have to get behind him. In other words, we Tea Partiers have to throw away everything we believe in. We have to throw away one of the central organizing principles of the Tea Party, which is the evil of Obamacare. We have to just throw that away and support a candidate who's actually been in favor of that kind of thing.
And then you have others in the Tea Party who have been publicly on the record saying that they should do everything they can to find the most viable non-Mitt Romney candidate for president. And that split in the Tea Party is real, I think, and it really does point to a serious thing, a schism whereby there are some people in the Tea Party who think that it should become an important constituency within the Republican Party, and other people in the Tea Party who think, no, we are an outsider force. We must fight for, we are about conviction. We should fight for what we believe in. And I think that is one of the things that will be interesting to see over the next coming months. What happens with the Tea Party? Which of those 2 things it turns out more to be, and what effect that has on the shape of the race?
I'm rooting for the purists to win here.
I know you are, Lawrence. You're a man of principle.
That's right.
You're a man of principle.
John Heilemann of New York Magazine, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Thank you, sir.